March through the city today have been hit by unemployment or sickness and are now unable to keep up loan repayments. They say finance companies such as AVCO should back off and allow a reduction in payments rather than harassing them with threats to take household goods. Today they delivered those goods to AVCO to publicise their dilemma. Couples like Sue and Brian Church say they were rushed into signing their loan and were not aware the bill of sale entitled the finance company to ownership of items they already had in their home. Consumer Credit Legal Service solicitor Dick Ross says companies often extend credit irresponsibly and the people are often misled by a system which is too complex.
And that consumer credit is a very complex area. I've known 2 solicitors who've been caught and they're trained in the law. So I don't know how most consumers can cope with a lot of the complex documentation.
What sort of changes do they need to the process?
Well, I believe that the finance companies ought not be able to take mortgages over essential goods and furniture.
Mr Gross says 36,000 Victorian families signed similar bills of sale last year and today's demonstration was the tip of the iceberg. AVCO Managing Supervisor Graham Roots denies that people are not aware of their commitments under loan agreements, but added his company was not interested in the family's furniture and it would be returned. Stephen Claney, Eyewitness
Finance
News.
company today to protest at what they say is emotional blackmail by finance companies. They dumped furniture in the front of AVCO's Geelong office, claiming pressure from finance companies forced them to give up essential household items.
The protesters carried in about a dozen pieces of battered furniture, including a baby stroller and a clothes horse, which they said were security for the money borrowed by 4 Geelong families from AVCO. The spokesman for the Budget Advisory Service, Colin Kent, said the families had taken the initiative in dumping the furniture rather than remaining besieged in their homes by the finance companies.
Many of the families receive in the letterboxes mail and correspondence which says we've got X number of dollars to give out by a certain date, please come in if you can use some of this money, and that's, I think, an open invitation to families to overcommit themselves.
Mr Kent claimed that changing economic circumstances such as unemployment and recession had left people like Brian and Sue Church unable to meet repayments.
Our payments are $142 a month. Well, they said the best they can do is for us to bring our unemployment check in and take $71 a fortnight out. Well, that's not helping us at all.
The manager of AVCO refused to appear on television, but he did tell me it was against company policy to take away essential furniture. He said it was up to the individual to make the payment they could afford, even if it was